Hi, this is my February review for Capricorns. We start the month with the new moon on the 1st. Now the new moon is in your second house. This is the house of finances. So finances will be featured and the focus will be on them for the next couple of weeks. Now the other thing with this new moon is it's in Aquarius. So also it's about networking and meeting new people. Setting new goals and aims for the future, and also connecting with the earth with the new moon in the second house of Taurus. Values and self-worth will also be part of the equation, so if you get a chance to work on those or look at your values and maybe change them, then that's all good news. There are two other aspects on the 1st. The Sun makes a positive aspect to Uranus in your 5th house of love affairs. So this is a time when you may meet someone new and exciting and start a love affair. Now this will be very short-lived because of the nature of the aspect, but it will be exciting. Now, if you're already in a relationship, then you can spice it up a bit with some new things to do and some fun things with that 5th house. Now the other aspect is between Neptune and the Black Moon Lilith. Now this will cause some kind of confusion in some way, especially around that 6th house area of your daily routines or your work, because the Black Moon is the shadow side and it's in the area, so there's things unconscious under the surface that maybe you're not aware of that could kind of flare up at this time. Now the Sun is going to make an aspect with the Black Moon later, and you'll be able to see more clearly what happens. I'll tell you about that in a minute. On the 3rd we have a fantastic aspect because Mars, who's in your 1st house, makes an aspect to Jupiter. Now this is favourable for just about any kind of pursuit, particularly favour for business and commerce, and it's also very good as Jupiter's in your 3rd house for communications and relating, getting on with people. Then all planets move direct on the 4th. Mercury's the last one to go direct, and so you have 3 months now where you can really go full steam ahead. Also on the 4th, the Sun makes a conjunction with Saturn. Now this again is in your 2nd house. This is a time when you just need to take some responsibility for your money, maybe doing some budgets or some forecasts for spending, and see where you can maybe tighten things up a little bit. On the 5th we have a very powerful aspect. Pluto makes a positive aspect to the Moon's North Node, who again is in that 5th house. So this could involve love relationships. Could be that a relationship comes to an end. If it does, it's because it's lived out its karmic mission. And any new relationship you form will have a transformative effect as well. If you're already in a stable relationship, then there could be a transformative effect within the relationship that deepens or transforms your love in some way. With the 5th house as well being focused with the Moon's North Node, it's a time to explore your creativity, maybe a time to unlock an area that you didn't realise that you had potential in. The North Node will open doors and point you in the right direction. It will be fearful, but it's the only way we learn and grow and evolve is through taking a leap of faith. Also on the 5th we have Mars making an aspect to Chiron. Chiron's in the 4th house, so this is a chance to heal any past wounds from related to family or your family lineage. Another aspect from Mars, this time to Uranus in the 5th house, this is a time when you can liberate yourself, bring some excitement into that 5th house area. It's a time when you want to socialise and have some fun and maybe do some things that you've never done before. And then Mercury joins Pluto. So Pluto, we just said about, is having this powerful aspect with the Moon's North Node. Mercury joins Pluto now and also makes the same aspect. So Mercury will bring communication to this aspect. So you'll be able to look out for a sign or maybe hear something someone says to you. Some clues will be given by Mercury. He's the messenger. Some messages will come your way to help point you and make you go in the right direction. On the 11th we have the aspect from the Sun to the Black Moon that I spoke about earlier, and now you'll be able to see exactly what he's doing. Everything will be illuminated by the Sun's light. This is a brief window, but it's time to see exactly where you need to make changes. Then on the 12th we have a fantastic aspect. Mars and Venus coming together in your sign Capricorn. This will give you tremendous magnetism. This will make you feel really good. This is creative energy at its best. Now, it's also very sexual energy as well, so this will need channeling in the right way. And if you feel that you have too much physical energy, it's best to exercise and get rid of it in some way, in a positive way, rather than let it build up, because arguments may come out of irritability. Now, this aspect lasts until the end of the month, and it will culminate in the last week, and we'll tell you about that in a bit. On the 13th, we have a positive aspect from Jupiter to Uranus. Now, Jupiter's in the third house, so there'll be opportunities in your local environment for you to progress. And also, it's exciting times, because when these two planets are together, they create exciting new opportunities. And this is in the 5th house, so there'll be chances to socialise, chances to express yourself in a very creative way. Then on the 15th, we have another important aspect, and this is the Sun making a square to the Moon's node. So this is a square to the North node and a square to the South node. Again, the nodes are in your 5th house and also in your 11th house, the South node being in your 11th house. So there's a chance to change direction now if you wish, because you're at a crossroads. Now, the crossroads is a time when you need to make careful decisions. There's no good rushing into things. You need to think about things. Now, the North node in the 5th house is really the way to go forward, because this is our spiritual way forward. So the South node in the 11th house is very familiar. This is where your talents and your experience lie. So you need to use those to push forward in the 5th house areas for your North node. Now, this could be in creativity, it could be with children, or it could be a new love that comes into your life. But this is the way forward, this is the way for you to go. On the 16th, we have our full moon. Now, this will help you considerably, because the full moon is in Leo, but it's in your 8th house, so it's opposite the Sun. So this will form a grand cross with your Sun aspect to the Moon's nodes. So this will help fill in that empty gap and help you to make better, more informed decisions. So you need to concentrate your energy onto the full moon. Now, the 8th house is about sharing, it's about other people's resources rather than your own. So the focus will shift from you onto other people. And if you do this, it will help you to get balance. You need to get balance between the 2nd and the 8th house, and you also need to get balance between the 5th and the 11th house. So that's you and your requirements against that of others. In the 11th house, it's friends. In the 8th house, it's the sharing with more closer relationships. If you get that balance, it will help you make that decision at the crossroads. Then on the 22nd, that Venus and Mars aspect has a little bit of a blip, because it's making an aspect to Neptune. Neptune's in that 3rd house of the mind. So your mind could get a little bit fuzzy, it could get a little bit not sharp as normal, and it may be a day when you're daydreaming and you're distracted very easily and not able to concentrate on the task at hand. So just let that pass, take it easy and relax for a day, and then you can move forward after that. On the 23rd and 24th, Mercury makes 3 aspects. The first one on the 23rd is to Chiron, who's in that 4th house. If you remember, it's a good time to talk about finances and the situation around the home environment. And also on the 23rd, we have Mercury making an aspect to Juno. This is a good time to make any financial commitments that you have to do and take those responsibilities and obligations seriously. On the 24th, there's a bit more of an excitement from Mercury, because he makes an aspect to Uranus. Now, when these two are together, there's usually fireworks, but it's mental fireworks. You usually have ideas and you're thinking crazily, and it is hard to sleep because your mind is overworking, but some good can come out of this. You can come up with some great new ideas ready to put into practice in the future. On the 25th, we have the culmination of the Venus-Mars aspect. This has been going on for a couple of weeks now, so it now comes to a finale, a climax, so to speak. Now, they both join Vesta. Now, Vesta is the biggest of the 4 main asteroids and the brightest, and is the goddess of hearth and home, and also the guardian of the eternal flame that burns within the temple. She is sister to Jupiter, so she's a very important goddess. Now, with Venus and Mars coming together with her, there's an awful lot of energy there for you, and this is in your first house, Capricorn. So you need to harness this and use it wisely. Now, with Vesta, she'll want to put you on your spiritual path, so to speak, or find your mission in life that you really need to work towards. Mars brings the ambition and the drive, and will want to have commitment within your relationship if you're in a relationship. If not, Venus will help you to attract one, because you will easily be able to attract love with this aspect. The final aspect, and probably the most important of the whole month, is when the triple conjunction makes an aspect to the Moon's North Node. Now, we've had a lot of aspects to the Moon's North Node this month. This is probably the one that will align you with your soul purpose or your mission in life, your spiritual path. And with this aspect, it's easy to attract people who will help and guide you on this journey and put you in the right direction. So you need to be very aware and very open and very ready to accept any positive feedback, advice or messages, and then act accordingly on them. With Mars, he'll bring the ambition and the drive to overcome any challenges that are in your way, and it may be that it's just time now to take that leap of faith. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If you'd like to leave me a message, I'd be glad to hear from you.